Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for a controversial view. Today we're going to be talking about Straw Dogs, unrated. Now, my history with Straw Dogs is pretty much non existent. Let me explain. I am much more familiar with the remake than I am with the original film. As a matter of fact, my first viewing of Straw Dogs of any kind was the remake. And I've watched it quite a few times, and I actually prefer it to the original. So, the first time I actually watched this was about 5 years ago. It was a first time watch for me. What happened was, I was at a yard sale with my wife, and then we went to a outdoor flea market, and then from there we went to a Dollar General when Dollar General had Blu-rays and DVDs all over the place in the store. And I was flipping through, and I saw this movie in the bin for $5, brand new. And I was like, well, I should really pick this up. I do love the remake, but I've never seen the original. So I probably should pick it up and take it home and watch it. So I did. I took it home, I watched it, and I thought it was okay. I mean, I still prefer the remake, but it was okay. So 5 years later, of course, Joe and I are watching it. This is my second time watching it. We're watching it for controversial view. And I'm enjoying it a lot more. And I'm also telling Joe how I kind of felt about the film in the first place. How I thought it was a little slower and it didn't flow as well as the remake, so on and so forth. And he said, I'm really surprised that you don't like this movie more than you do. It's directed by Sam Peckinpah, who directed your favorite film of all time, which of course is The Osterman Weekend. And I thought to myself, that's pretty interesting. I guess back then I didn't really care about the director as much as I do now. If there's something by a director I like, I'm more than eager to try other things. When I was younger, it was just about watching movies, and if I liked them, I liked them. If I didn't, I didn't. But I did find myself liking this a lot more this time than the previous time. So, what's so controversial about Straw Dogs? Well, we're going to talk about it. Okay, actually, I like this one better than the major controversy, but I'm going to start out with one that's probably not as controversial as what we're here to talk about. The guy that played the major in Straw Dogs, the original, of course, um, the constable, the magistrate, he actually was wearing a sling all throughout the movie, if you remember correctly. That, however, was not in the script. Apparently, the director and the writer, Sam Peckinpah, got the actor who played the major a couple prostitutes, and they had a wild party, and he ended up breaking his arm. Now, that's some crazy sex right there, Jack. I don't know if he was hanging from the chandeliers or I don't know what the heck he was doing, but yeah, that's pretty heavy. And when I read that, I was like, wow, a director that's going to get some guys with prostitutes for just for the heck of it. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. Anyway, yeah, definitely wouldn't fly today. So what's the real controversy? Well, this was banned in the UK. Now it's basically shot in the UK. It's a UK film, but with a American director, and of course, Dustin Hoffman is an American actor. Who, by the way, only took the film because he needed money. He was actually not a fan of the violence in the script, although I think he was great in it. So, why was this banned in the UK? The actual unrated version of this wasn't released until 2002. Well, just like in the remake, there was a sexual assault scene. And I'm trying to put it in other terms because unfortunately the R word gets flagged on YouTube. So there was a sexual assault with Susan George, who played the wife of Dustin Hoffman. And while when it happened, it was first traumatic and she was trying to get away. But then she started to enjoy it. And that was the point where it had gone too far for the BBFC. So they banned it. Not to mention the fact that another guy came in and joined in, which made it even more traumatic. But it was the fact that she enjoyed it with the first guy. Now, here's the thing. It could be said by some people that she was basically asking for it. Now, if you've seen Straw Dogs, you know that she walks topless in front of the window so all the workers can see her. And she wears very promiscuous clothing. Also, she's an attention seeker, which is why a lot of the stuff happens. Now, I'm not saying that she deserved what happened to her. I don't believe she did. That is a horrible thing. Sexual assault. But I think that's the controversy that blurred the line to the point where the unrated version was unavailable in the UK for so long. So, that's basically the controversy. I like this film. Like I said, I do prefer the remake. Maybe it's because I've seen it more. I'm not really sure. I am going to return to this film more often because I do think it has a lot of value and I like Dustin Hoffman's character towards the end of the film. So check out Straw Dogs. It's not a vile film, but there is some controversy there. Or don't. But don't forget to check out Joe's controversial view for Straw Dogs. And remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.